Good evening, sports fans, and yes, get ready for another amazing show. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that the Golden Score Show is on right now on Non-Field Flicks. Get yourself ready for yet another electrifying show. Yeah. Welcome back to the Golden Score Show, and these are the stories making headlines this hour. Diallo sparkles with debut goal. Arsenal dazzle in Olympiakos crossfire. Hurricane double gives Spurs advantage. Rangers and Prague share the spoils. Roma powers past Shakhtar Donetsk. Started with our first story tonight, Diallo sparkles with debut goal. Manchester United's defensive frailties returned as AC Milan grabbed an injury time equalizer in their Europa League last 16 first leg tie at Old Trafford. In Ole's third appearance at Manchester, Diallo gave United the lead with a stunning header 5 minutes into the second half. Moving on to our next story, Arsenal dazzle in Olympiakos crossfire. Martin Odegaard's opener paved the way for their win despite Youssef El Harabi's equalizer after capitalizing on a mistake by Dani Ceballos. The Greek champions made life uncomfortable for the Gunners until late goals from Gabriel and Mohamed El Neni swung the contest back in Arsenal's favor. Staying in the Europa League, Hurricane double gives Spurs advantage. Kane opened the scoring with a 25th minute rebound and then doubled Spurs advantage with a composed low finish in the 70th minute. The result helped Spurs put one foot in the Europa League quarterfinals with a clinical display against Croatian side Dinamo Zagreb. Staying with the same competition, Rangers and Prague shared the spoils. Rangers recovered from an early setback and earned a credible away draw to Slavia Prague in the first leg of their Europa League last 16 tie. They trailed after just 6 minutes before scoring a stunning opener, but Philip Helander tapped home a vital away goal to level before halftime. In the next game, Roma powers past Shakhtar Donetsk. Roma ran a few risks, but will be more than happy with a 3-0 Europa League round of 16 first leg win over Shakhtar Donetsk with Lorenzo Pellegrini, Stefan El Shaarawy, and Mancini's goals. The game ended 3-0 to Roma. Well, that's your news this hour. After the break, we'll be back with some interesting analysis from our in-house analyst, Emmanuel Akurada. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Golden Score Show right here on Non-Field Flicks, and I hope you've told a friend to tell a friend that the Golden Score Show with Adelani is on right now. Yes, we're about to get into the games happening this weekend. As usual, some explosive action is to be expected. Arsenal versus Spurs is going on, and we're going to talk about this game in depth. Now, who better to call to do that than Emmanuel Akurada? He's back because we're enjoying his company so much. Emmanuel, what's up today?
How you doing, Adelani?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, we saw the games yesterday, the Europa League action. It was incredible. It was. Man, it's been an amazing week of football.
Yeah.
Which game did you enjoy the most yesterday?
Well, I would say the Arsenal game, Arsenal versus Olympiakos. It was a tough game. Actually, I wasn't expecting Arsenal to get 3 points, or to win rather. There's no 3 points. It's 2 legs this encounter. So I was surprised in a way, considering the fact that Arsenal has not been doing very well this season, and in their previous matches they've been struggling, you know, dropping points against Burnley, and then going to Olympiakos, who's sitting comfortably on top of a Greece league. So you expect them to at least get something out of that game.
And Olympiakos have some good players.
They have very, very, I'm telling you, experienced players, you know, playing for them. The likes of Ambuena are there. You know, you remember him, the French international. And, you know, they have different players that are doing something for them, and that's why they are on top of the league. You know.
That's right. And Arsenal keep making mistakes. It was Shakhtar last week. This week it was Dani Ceballos
you know,
behaving Shakhtar-like.
He is actually the only player. You know, that game set a lot of records yesterday. He's the first and only player in this Europa who two mistakes will lead to a goal in the competition. And also Arsenal having 14 different players to score in the Europa is another record that they set this season. And also having 27 goals, which is the highest in the Europa. I don't know why they're not winning it. They play so well, but when they get to a point where they are supposed to win the Europa League, then they just, you know, they'll just falter. I don't know what is happening.
And Manchester United, there's a new hero in the town. He goes by the name of Amad Diallo.
Why do you consider him a hero?
I mean, he played so well yesterday. He scored a debut goal for Manchester United in the Europa League. But a new hero is still born.
I know, when you talk about heroes, you talk about people who have done incredible things. You talk about people who have set records that, you know, no one is unable to beat, or in their own way, they set records that stand them out, you know. And you're talking about somebody who scored. No, he's a young lad. He's coming up very good. He scored yesterday.
So I'm overreacting.
No, you are. You are actually. I understand the sentiment, though. You are an African man, and you're expecting, and you're excited that another kid who's coming from the continent is doing very well in a team like Manchester United. You know, so it's a good thing. I understand where you're coming from.
Emmanuel Okura that's trying to expose me on my show, and we're not going to allow that. We're going to move on to the next topic before he exposes me for loving the beautiful game so much and just overreacting at times. When I see a young boy doing it, I can't lie. I'm excited.
I completely understand what you're saying, and I share your sentiment. It's just that I don't want us to hype him too much right now. He's a kid who's just coming up. He's doing very well. He played very well. 3 matches for Manchester United so far. 1 goal, you know, a very important goal for them. It was unfortunate that for him that, you know, the AC Milan equalized 1-1 with a away goal rather. So you see, I don't want us to do what the English media are known for, which is hyping players. At the end of the day, those players don't do very well or don't go further in their career. So I want us to be careful. He played very well, yes, but we should be very careful not to hype him too much.
Okay, one player that is worth the hype and has proven himself on the world stage is definitely Harry Kane, who managed to score a brace yesterday.
Yeah, he's a very good player. And you see, I've said something to you before. You have different coaches with their style of play. You know, so you have Jose Mourinho, who, wherever he coached, we've seen that with Chelsea, Didier Drogba. We saw that when he was at FC Porto with the likes of Benny McCarthy. You know, when he went to Inter Milan, Diego Milito was there. At his age, he scored 30-something goals. When he went to Real Madrid, Ronaldo thrived. Karim Benzema scored a lot of goals under him. So he's a coach. Right now, we've seen it in the English Premier League where he's coaching with Tottenham. We've seen how Son and Kane, the combination is just too deadly.
And Bale seems to be back.
You understand? Bale is back. So Mourinho is a coach that, yes, he wants his defense to be organized, but he wants the strikers to score goal. And we have seen that throughout his career, that wherever he goes to, the strikers there are scoring goals for him. And Kane, is not a surprise. He is an established English striker. We have seen that under the previous coach, Pochettino, and now Mourinho has taken over, and he is doing a marvelous job with him.
Okay, well, now let's switch our attention to the English Premier League and start with the team we just spoke about, Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. It's always an amazing spectacle for the English Premier League, and Arteta, should he be worried about Spurs?
He should be at this stage of at this stage where Jose Mourinho got the likes of Bear playing, Son is doing very well, Harry Kane is scoring goals week in, week out, you know. So going to Arsenal, a team that is struggling lately, a team that seems to be making a lot of mistakes. You know, we saw what Shakhtar did. We saw what Ceballos also did in the Europa. So going into this game, and then he's playing against a coach that is well experienced, a coach with a lot of experience, a coach with so much tactical.
So what people would tell you that when it comes to a derby, all form goes out the window.
Yeah, but it also has to do with the mentality of the players and also the systems in which the coaches are going to introduce. You're talking to a coach who is very good at when he scores one goal, he will be able to maintain that one goal for the rest of the game, for the rest of 90 minutes. That is Jose Mourinho. I'm playing against Arteta. Arteta is a good coach. When he won the FA Cup, he was playing very well last season. But all of a sudden, we can see that he's lacking something. He's lacking that technical know-how to win games.
So what would you do if you were Arteta? Would you play 3 at the back? Would you play 4 at the back? Would you play 1 striker? Would you get the midfield congested?
The formation of my team will depend on how the Tottenham team are going to set up. Because you're going up against a coach that is well experienced. You're going up against a coach that, when it comes to reading games and minds, he's very good at doing that. So you have to first understand what is the formation that Tottenham is going to bring for you. Because you have Bale, you have Kane, and you have Son. These players will kill you anytime, any day. And then considering the fact that you are a team that is making a lot of mistakes. So going into this game, if you give these guys one chance, they're going to kill you. So what I would do as a coach is I will make sure I understand how they're going to set up the team. And then I'll be able to set my team in a way that if we cannot score a goal, we shouldn't concede.
But Emmanuel, you fancy Tottenham to win the game?
I fancy Tottenham for a lot of things. I mean, Arsenal win when you don't expect them to win. You know, but when you look at the Tottenham team at the moment, I consider a lot of things. I consider the coach. I consider the players also who are doing very well. Aubameyang seems not to be scoring a lot of goals lately. Lacazette, you know, is another player who is on and off. He scored this week, the following week he's not scoring. And then you still have a Tottenham side that they are consistent. You know, there is that Harry Kane, there is that Son, there is that Bale who can, you know, who can hurt you when you give them the opportunity.
Moving on to our next game, Manchester United versus West Ham.
Yeah.
What do you see happening in that game?
Manchester United are playing at home. You know, at home they don't have a good record this season. When they go away, they play very well. But come to Old Trafford, they struggle to get points. And Tottenham also, West Ham rather, is another team that is doing very well. It seems whatever it is that David Moyes is saying to the players is working. The way he's motivating them, the way he's making them believe in themselves. They are playing, the team cohesion is there in the team. And we can see now how they are flying. They want to qualify for the the Champions League. So I think going to Old Trafford, it will also depend on how the coaches are going to set up also. Ole seems to be focusing more on qualifying for Champions League next season. So I think it's going to be a very tight game. Any coach that said better will get a result out of this one.
Okay, and then Liverpool.
Liverpool. Can you imagine this guy? If Liverpool fans are listening to you, do you know they can stone you through the TV?
Liverpool fans, do accept my apologies. Liverpool versus Wolves.
Yeah, that's another tough one. Something is happening in the league, and I love EPL. I don't know about you. I don't know about anybody out there, but this is one of the most entertaining league in the whole world. You know, when you talk about this league, you talk about the glamour that comes with it. You talk about so many things that there's no favorite when it comes to the league. We can sit here and analyze teams on paper that you are going to win. This one is going to win. But when you get into the field on that day, it becomes a different thing. I'm saying everybody's taking it. We must also get our own share.
Yeah.
So now you are talking about
it feels like Liverpool is running a special at the moment. So like everybody come and get your 3 points.
3 points. So
but we don't know how long the special would last for, because Liverpool might actually play like champions this weekend.
It will only get worse. to get worse in the sense that when you're playing teams that want to stay in the English Premier League, you're playing teams that are not they've not solidified their position on the table. It becomes difficult for you to play against them. A team like Wolverhampton is a team that, I mean, anytime, any day, I would give Liverpool to win. But these guys also want to stay in the Premier League. You know, so anything can come out of that game. You know, and considering the fact that a lot of people are getting points against Liverpool, they might as well just fancy their chances of getting it also.
Okay. Well, moving on to Fulham versus Manchester City. I just quickly want to say something about the Manchester United versus West Ham game. I'm tipping Diallo to score in that game.
It's possible. If
it's
he's,
by no
if he's going
player.
to start. If he's going to start. The coach seems not to be giving him too much chances.
Yes.
You know, so that's why I say it's a good player, no doubt, but we have to wait for him to develop fully as a player.
And with the Liverpool game versus Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves have some dangerous players. They have the man on the wing with the muscles.
Yeah,
the big guy. Traore, the pace.
Yeah.
He should be a player Liverpool should go for. What do you think?
Well, you can't just say he should be a player that Liverpool should go for.
Because
if he doesn't fit
the likes of Mohamed Salah is still a very dangerous player, but it feels like Liverpool needs some extra oomph. You know,
look, the problem at Liverpool is not about the kind of players that they're going to sign. The problem at Liverpool is about the mentality of the players. It's about how
they're tired of winning.
You understand? No, not tired of winning. There's something that is happening at Liverpool that you and I don't know. There's so much that is happening. This is the same set of players that won the Champions League and won the Premier League in style. You understand what I'm saying? So
could it be that Klopp has lost the dressing room?
Sort of, you know, because so many news emanating from there has it that this is what is happening, but we don't know. We can only sit here and speculate. But the speculations are that he is not getting along with some of the players, and that can cost him his job.
Yeah, well, hopefully before long we're seeing the Liverpool celebrating so much that Klopp breaks his glasses. I like that Klopp, that fiery, passionate Klopp. I like to see them win, really. Now, moving on to a winning team at the moment, you can't deny it. Manchester City seem to have...
about Chelsea. They seems to be winning every match, you know.
So now, guys,
week out.
To the viewers at home, now you understand why we like to have Emmanuel Okura-Ada on set, because he just reveals that personality that when the cameras are not on us, this is the way he behaves. He's a proud Chelsea supporter, and he would even reveal it on set. What can we do with this guy? Now, Manchester City, you know, that's a winning team. We're not talking about Chelsea. Manchester City seem to have won the Premier League already. I remember saying on an earlier show that they might as well play the under-10 team.
The league is not over yet. They still have a lot of matches to go, Adelani. And you have to take it one at a time, 3 points every week. That, if they continue, that will guarantee them the league. But at the moment, they can lose all the matches, and then the next team wins, and then they will lose the league. You know, so
I felt against Manchester United, they took their foot off the pedal a little bit.
No. The game was completely out of their hands. They played their normal game. They play the normal players that they've been playing. Now, it was about tactics. Now playing against a Fulham side. Playing against a Fulham side that we saw what they did against Liverpool.
They need to survive.
So what they did against Liverpool. This is what I always say to people, that it's not about the kind of players, it's not about the expensive players and the names that you have in your team. It's about the mentality of the players. If you set the mentality of the players right, you will get to what Ranieri did with Leicester City. A team that no one gave them the chance to win the Premier League in 2016. They won it with the kind of players that they had. That's because the players started believing in themselves that they can actually go ahead and do it. And this man, Scott Parker, the way he has changed for, look at the players, the likes of Lookman, Loftus-Cheek, Maja, the Nigerian guy that just came back on loan from France.
France.
Look at these players that he just brought in, and everybody that he's bringing together believe that, guys, we can actually escape and stay in the Premier League. And so far, it's working for them. So I don't know. I mean, kudos to that guy. Look at where they were. If you talk about a few weeks back, look at where they were. Look at where they are now on the table. They're a team that is doing very well. A team that actually, I'm tipping them to stay in the Premier League. I'm playing against Manchester City. Yes, everybody, like I always say, everybody on paper will say Man City is going to humiliate this team. You know, but going into that game, you will see the farm side players are determined. You will see how organized they are as a team. You will see the mentality. You will see whatever it is that the coach is saying to them that is working is going to play a part on that day.
Okay, now let's get your quick predictions. Arsenal versus Spurs. You already said Arsenal to beat Spurs 3-0.
I mean, it's a derby. Anything is possible. And Arsenal, if not because Arsenal's form has dropped lately, they have a better head-to-head over Tottenham.
Okay,
you know,
so what do you predict to be the score?
I'll go with that game. I will go score draw.
A score draw, so
Yeah.
a 2-2.
1-1 or 2-2, yeah.
1-1 or 2-2. Manchester United versus West Ham.
I'll go with Manchester United 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Wolves.
Liverpool Wolves. I'll go Liverpool to win 1-0.
Liverpool to win 1-0. Okay, we just putting down all this. He says 2-2. 2-2. Arsenal Spurs. Manchester United versus West Ham. He says what? 2-1?
2-1, yeah.
2-1.
To United.
And Liverpool versus Wolves. He
Liverpool
says
1-0.
Liverpool 1-0. And Fulham versus Manchester City.
Man City 2-0.
Man City 2-0. Okay, so everybody watching at home, we've written down what he said. Everything is on camera. I've written it down. I've saved it. So he can't come and deny it on Monday that he said these things. So everybody at home, have a lovely weekend. We'll be back on Monday with more right here on the Golden Score Show. Take care.